Welcome to Shoot, the only NBA podcast hosted by me. We've got a great episode coming up today. Going to briefly touch on the Keegan Murray extension and what that means for the Kings going forward. And then we got a very special guest coming on to do our picks for the Corey Brewer, Malachi Flynn, the Sadiq Bey NBA Random 50 Ball Award for this season. It's going to be a good episode coming up. All right. Keegan Murray signs a 5-year, $140 million extension with the Sacramento Kings. To put that into perspective, that is $28 million a year. He will be 26 the season that the contract kicks in. That contract will end with him as an unrestricted free agent in 2031 as a 31-year-old first-time free agent. So, this comes as maybe a surprise. I don't know if it was really reported or anything until it happened, but this only comes a couple of days after he hurts his thumb in preseason, so he's going to miss the first month of the season, which is kind of a surprise because he's been a relatively consistent player, as we can see. Last 76 games, he played 76 last year. I think it was like 77 the year before, and I think he played every game his rookie season. I'm pretty sure he has the most threes by a rookie, which is pretty impressive. But that three-point shooting hasn't really stuck around for Keegan, unfortunately. Last season, I think he was at about 35. He was 34 last season. The season before, he was at 35, which is kind of shocking. Because you think a guy like Keegan coming in as a highly touted three-point shooter in college, and then he had a really good rookie year. And he's playing with Sabonis, so it's kind of like theoretically he's giving you open shots. But that number just slowly dwindled down. But the surprising thing about Keegan Murray really last season is just how much better of a defender he was last season compared to his rookie year, especially. I mean, like, genuinely, probably, I wouldn't even say probably, he was their best perimeter defender in the starting lineup, at least permanently. I know Keon Ellis is a really good perimeter defender, but he's a part-time starter. I actually don't think he started a lot last year, but that's just off the top of my head. He's not going to start this year with Zach and DeMar, and even Dennis is going to take a lot of his minutes. But Keegan is going to start, and he's going to be their best defender in the starting lineup. He's going to be their only defender in the starting lineup, unless Dennis Schroeder is going to be a much better defender than any other guard they've had, which I can't see. And one thing that is really going to hamper the Kings this season is their injuries going into the season. I mean, Keegan Murray hurt, going to miss a month. Sabonis hurt going into the season now. People are going to be worried about that. And just like not having two of your bigger guys and trading away, I don't even know if they traded him or they just straight up waived Valanciunas, but they don't have a backup center now. They're going to have Dario Saric playing real minutes. That would have been the trade then. It would have been Dario for Valanciunas. So they're severely depleted, big men wise. Keegan, if he is going to be an all-star level player, or perhaps somehow even more, it's going to be on this contract. Like I said, he's going to be 31 at the end of it. It's not likely that he develops into an all-star post 31. So it's a pretty good bet. $28 million is kind of rich in this current cap economy. So it's not quite as like detrimental as a Michael Porter Jr. deal where it's like 40, but even that's coming to an end relatively soon. So it remains to be seen what type of contracts are going to be valuable in this post-apron era cap situation. They're lucky that it doesn't come into effect this season. I mean, I wouldn't say they're lucky, but they're definitely happy that it doesn't come into effect this season, because with DeMar, Sabonis, and Levine this season, they've got a lot on their plate. And this does beg the question, what are they going to do with these contracts? Because obviously Keegan Murray seems to be a staple of their team going forward, and rightfully so. I think he's proven that he can shoot and he can defend at a high level. He just didn't do it at the same time. Obviously, he's a positive rebounder. Playing with Sabonis and getting 7 a game, pretty impressive. Low turnover guy. All the good things that you want out of a role player, he's done. He just never got it done all at the same time. Which, I mean, it's to be expected of a role player to not be perfect at all of the things that they're good at all the time. And I think there's a chance that he strings together a couple months where he's shooting 40% from 3 and he's guarding the other players, the other team's best perimeter wing every game. And he looks really good. But the problem is, even if he's looking really good, they've got Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, and Sabonis as their offensive core. And those players do not lend themselves to being great defenders, other than Zach from time to time, that Keegan Murray would need surrounding him, especially with no real backup center that's also a good defender. They can, in theory, put together a pretty good defensive lineup with, say, Devin Carter at the guard, Keon Ellis at guard, Keegan at a wing, Sabonis, I guess, at center. He's not a slouch. He's he's a bit of a brute down there, but he's not a shot blocker. He's not a rim protector, but in certain ways, he's a paint protector. And then pick any wing other than those ones. Nick Clifford's probably going to play a lot this year, especially with Keegan out now and the lack of wing depth on this team. So those are just my thoughts on Keegan Murray. I think it's a perfectly fine contract. They just signed Russell Westbrook too. It's a perfectly fine contract for a team that is not going to be anything special this year. And that's no fault of Keegan, so I'm happy he got the money. I think he was good. These last 3 years, I think he was good. I think he's going to be good. He's going to be in the league these 5 years, or 6 even. So it's good to have him under contract. He's a valuable player. All right, and now we're back with a special guest, Deluxe, to go over our draft for the most random, well, not necessarily most, but the random 50-point games that we think are going to happen this season.
Let's go.
Excited?
Yeah, I got a big old list here. Bet you I have 8 guys that you don't have.
I don't know. I think we're going to have a little bit of overlap here.
Will we unveil our lists after the draft for
honorable we can mentions? Do honorable mentions for sure. So the criteria is your player must have never been an all-star and they could not have scored 50 in the past. We're going to go in a snake draft. Deluxe will get the first pick here, and then I will pick 2 in a row, and then he will pick 2 in a row, and so on and so forth, until we have 5 guys each. 5 guys that we are confident in scoring 50 this year in one way, shape, or another. So I'm just gonna hand it off to you for the first overall pick.
First pick in the 2025 draft, Mr. Desmond Bane
I am very surprised. I didn't have him on my list.
Shooter.
I have 13 players on my list here. I didn't put Desmond Bane on the list. And it's not because I don't think he can score 50. It's that I don't think he will on this roster unless there's some serious injury.
Yeah, that's the exact angle that I went. Is I think there's going to be a night whenever Paolo's out and Franz is out, and they just need a friggin' 50 ball from Desmond Bane.
Yeah, I can see it. I can definitely see it. He's definitely got the effortless scoring kind of thing where
like he's going to hit 11 threes that night.
yeah, but
Bunch of free throws.
and they need his shooting more than any other team in the league right now.
Yeah, he's going to get shots up.
I like it. It's a pretty good pick. The way that I started my list was I just went to points per game and looked at guys that weren't all-stars.
Yeah.
And a couple guys that didn't show up because of injury. They didn't play enough games to qualify. But one guy that did show up is going to be my first pick, Jalen Green.
Jalen Green wasn't on my radar at all because he plays in Phoenix and not very efficient. But he's got that kind of guy that can just let loose one game with that effortless scoring, which is what you need to score 50.
I don't know Bane's career high off the top of my head, but I looked at everyone's career high just to be sure. And I'm pretty sure Jalen Green's was already in the mid 40s, maybe low 40s. So it's definitely possible. And a team like Phoenix is going to need the shooting. So I assume he'll get a lot of on-ball touches.
Desmond Bane career high 49.
Oh, he's got a higher career high than Jalen Green.
Yeah,
that's kind of surprising, honestly.
Well, I think that just goes to the effortless scoring kind of thing.
Yeah, and he did have like almost a full season playing without Ja Morant because of various activities.
Yeah, and without Jaren as well.
Yeah. Okay. Jalen Green is my pick there. He's also he's going to dunk on someone too in the game. And everyone's going to be like freaking out. And then he's going to score 50 in the same game. And everyone's going to be like...
It's going to be Phoenix is back.
Yeah. I have another guy that I might mention later on, also from Phoenix. That I don't think is going to make my top 5, but maybe.
All right. So snake draft. So you're going to rock another pick here.
Yeah, I think I'm going to... I wanted to get somebody from Portland, and looking at my list, I came down to 2. I think I'm going to go with Denny Avdia for my pick. Because
I looked at Denny and I said, I don't think, but I had to think about it. So I definitely respect the pick. And he's kind of another guy that's like, might get hot from 3.
Yeah, he wasn't really on my radar, but then I was like, I kind of want to get at least 1 or 2 big forwards on this list, just because you usually mention like a guard here, but one of the most random 50-point games is Corey Brewer and Sadiq Bey, and they're both big forwards. And I was very surprised when I looked at Denny's career high, and it was like 43. I don't remember that game, but he definitely had it, and I think he can do it again with Anthony Simons is gone. Who's gonna take the ball out of his hands?
Good question. Not going to be Drew because he doesn't want the ball. He's a move it guy. So I definitely could see Denny having a night for sure. For sure, bro.
He's done it before. I think he can do it again.
Yeah, and like, I mean, you said it was like 40 something?
43? 41,
2 more shots.
Yeah.
Another and one layup or something like that too.
And like, there's a path for him to get better in less Jeremy Grant minutes, and who knows, Denny could be an all-star next year.
He could be, depending on injuries and everything.
Stacked
I could see
West
that
though,
too.
it's tough.
Yeah.
Anyways, so you got 2 picks coming up here.
2 picks back to back. Now, we literally just talked about this guy for my first pick. I think that he's going to have a lot of potential. He might shoot himself in the foot and not get a chance to kind of put it on display. But I'm going to go at Anthony Simons.
Really?
Because I think there's just going to be a night where Jaylen Brown's out and there's literally nobody else that can score the ball. Like Anthony Simons and Derek White both might just have a complete 3-ball season where they just light it up, and it might just be a good night where you get 12 threes at Anthony Simons because he's that kind of shooter. Now, whether or not Joe Mazzulla lets that happen remains to be seen.
Underrated defender, that guy.
Well, it's just a matter of if he wants to.
No, Joe Mazzulla told him.
If Joe Mazzulla can get to people, he'll get to Anthony Simons, and I know Joe Mazzulla can get to people.
So the thing with Simons, he wasn't on my list. So we've been very different so far. To me, I was like, he's fighting so much with Peyton Pritchard, and a lot of Derek White minutes. So I don't even know if he's gonna start right away, or if he's ever gonna start in Boston, or if he's even gonna be on Boston in 4 months.
That's a good point. True.
So maybe Anthony Simons is scoring 50 in a Brooklyn Nets uniform. Who knows, right?
Maybe he is.
Could be anywhere.
Yeah, I think his career high is like 45.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised.
He has the capacity.
Part of the reason he didn't make my list is kind of because I thought he might have had more. I just didn't look.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyways.
Now, this is my next pick. This is the guy that you definitely do not have on your list. If you have this guy on your list, I will be dumbfounded because I don't know why I have him on my list, but he just feels like a guy that is just going to drop 50 some game that doesn't matter in the middle of February because half the team can't show up because it's icy in Atlanta for some reason.
Can I make a guess?
Well, I just said Atlanta. So.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say that before.
Jalen Johnson.
Really?
Jalen Johnson. Were you gonna say Kristaps?
No, he's been an all-star.
He's been an all-star.
I don't know if Jalen Johnson was very close to being an all-star last year.
He was,
but he also only averaged like 18.
And
I mean, like, so did Denny.
He's not a big scorer.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
His career high is 30. I just looked it up. So
that's surprisingly low.
It might be completely out of left field, but I think it's just because he just feels like he's going to have a night, and that's kind of what this is supposed to be.
Yeah, it's very vibes based.
Yeah, it's just vibes. He looks like he could score 50.
So we're going with Jalen Johnson. There's lots of Jalens and there's lots of Johnsons, but there's only one Jalen Johnson, and he's going to score 50 this year.
He is. That's what I'm saying.
The only thing from me is like Ricochet, and Trey are probably 40 points combined on any given night.
Yeah.
So you'd have to probably get a game where Ricochet's probably out because you want Trey out there with Jalen Johnson, probably.
Yeah, probably.
But there are certain things that Jalen Johnson can do with the ball that very few players at his size can do. So I can definitely see a path where he's averaging like 20, 22 and has a big game.
Yeah.
And
I think it's a one-off. Like, he might score 50 and not score 30 or more the rest of the season, but he's going to score. I think he's going to score 50 one night.
Yeah, and I think comparing Jalen Johnson to Denny, I feel like Jalen Johnson might have a higher chance of being an All-Star purely because he's in the East.
Yeah, 100%.
But Denny could have a better season, and you wouldn't even sniff an All-Star if everyone's healthy.
Yeah, and Jalen's team is likely better than
Yeah, for sure.
Portland, especially comparatively to their conference.
I mean, just depth-wise, I think Atlanta's got them beat a little bit, for sure. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead. Oh, this is tough because I got a lot of names on here that I want to say, but I only got 3 spots left.
Yeah,
it's kind of like, really, I'm not going to mention him. I'm going to go with Jared McCain.
He's on my list.
He's on the list.
He's on my list.
MC uppercase C, like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at him. He played so few games last year.
Yeah.
But I was looking. He started 8 games, and in 3 of them, he scored 29 or more in only 8 games of starting. And I was like,
and this goes back to the effortless scoring. He is effortless,
which is crazy because of how not large he is. He's pretty small.
Just different. Just different. Kind of got that like you wouldn't expect it vibe.
Just like picture a night where Embiid is out, which isn't hard, but then Maxi's also out, and then Jared McCain is out there all on his own, maybe with some VJ, maybe some Adembona, something like that. And Jared McCain is just tasked with scoring, just like he was last year whenever everyone was hurt, or before he got hurt. And he scores 50. It seems, honestly, of the 3 guys I've said, his seems the most likely to me. But just the small sample size makes me a little hesitant to put him above the other 2.
The only thing that might stop Jared McCain from scoring 50 might be Paul George taking a shot that Jared McCain should be taking.
Yeah, and I mean,
fourth quarter, Paul George thinks he's that guy still.
What's the CJ Miles? Jeff Teague was talking about CJ Miles taking the shot at the end of the game, and then Paul George being like, "I need that shot," and then he bricks it the next game.
It's the ball game meme from this Gatorade commercial.
Yeah, off the side of the backboard. And that Jared McCain's going to him in the locker room. Hey, BG, I need that shot. Anyway,
comedy.
For my 4th pick, man, I've already skipped past a couple of guys that I want to say. I'm gonna go with, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go Kyle Filipowski.
Wow.
He's a real, that guy scored 50.
I have 2 Jazz players on my list.
So do I. One of them's Filipowski.
Oh, wow, bro.
I do have another Jazz player, but I'm not going to say his name.
No, that's valid. Because he is a kind of a guy that could just do 25 layups.
I mean, did you see him in preseason? Did you see him in Summer League? That guy had 34 in a Summer League game in 18 minutes.
Yeah, he can shoot the 3 ball.
And he can shoot, exactly. He can shoot.
Yeah, all he has to do is get hot and hit a few.
Tall,
get a bunch of layups.
Decent mover, hits threes, can do layups. I mean, he's got all the skills for it.
For whatever reason, just reminds me of Frank Kaminsky.
I can kind of see it. I think he's definitely more skilled than Frank Kaminsky, though.
Yeah, but I mean, he might be the Frank Kaminsky of the NBA, as what he was in college.
The new Frank Kaminsky.
Yeah.
Is it just because his name ends with ski?
No, just
Kyle Filipowski.
I think it's just the build.
Kyle Frank Kaminsky.
That's similar build.
Yeah.
My pick.
Your pick. Your last 2.
My last 2. Well, I have some guys on here that I really do believe in. I have a guy that I'm unfortunately going to leave off because it's only 5, and I had 6 like really, really high level wanted to pick guys. Uh, Pick number 4,
Yeah,
Kobe White.
Kobe White. I didn't write
Kobe
down Kobe
White.
White, but I very, very nearly did because I
Because it's
mean
Chicago.
it's Chicago. I mean I've seen Modest play this preseason, and I'm like they might have something there, but outside of Modest, Kobe White's their scorer, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, like if you're, I mean, respectably, you have to put up at least 90 points a night.
Yeah,
And on that roster, Kobe White's gonna soak up buckets.
I mean I think he already averaged like 21. He was very,
Yeah.
very high up on that list whenever I was looking at
Career
points per
high
game.
is 45.
Yeah, and that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, he has the top end.
If you told me that in like 2020, I'd be like, really?
Yeah, he really developed
Yeah, he's just
into
gotten
like a
better every
shot
year.
maker. Much more
I
shot
like
taker to a shot
I like
maker.
Kobe White. That Bulls team is pretty sad, and
Yeah, like
the East is even
nobody wants to
sadder.
watch him.
So they could win like 35 games, and Kobe White
Well,
would
that's
have to be
that's
a
their
big part of
goal.
that. Well,
They
they
want to win
always
between
it's
35 and 40 games.
yeah, that's kind of like their whole mo,
Yeah.
so that they can draft a guy like Kobe White, someone who's not a
Yeah.
superstar and is just like a pretty good non All Star.
Yeah. I'm happy with that pick.
For your final
My
pick.
last pick is my least likely pick. And this is based purely off of watching one summer league game the other night. Not summer league, preseason game the other night. Mr. Bryce Sensabaugh.
He's on my list. Oh, that's the guy we were talking before. And
Yeah.
you
We,
were
we
looking up a
thought we
guy's
might
name. And
how to
I was
spell
like,
it right.
does it start with an S? There he
It starts.
goes. I do know how to
This is
spell his
purely
name.
off the Spurs Jazz uh, preseason game the other night
Yeah.
because his shot is so pretty and he just gets them up. And like, who's gonna tell him to stop? Not Will Hardy.
His
So
growth from rookie year to second year, shooting the ball from 3, is really crazy because I liked him in the draft, but everything I saw coming up was that he wasn't a good 3-point shooter. Well, wasn't a great 3-point shooter. He was more like a smaller TJ Warren, where TJ Warren wasn't a good 3-point shooter until he got to Indiana. And then last year he shot like 42% from 3 and jumped up like 8% in that category.
yeah, and I mean, I don't know what the Jazz's plan is, but there's going to be a night where Bryce Sensabaugh is probably the only NBA player on that court, and he has to score 50 to
Not
be
a big,
respectable, honestly.
not a big Cody Williams fan.
No,
Cody
although I
Williams,
did watch him play the other night, and he was so much better than he was last year. But
yeah,
he's still not it. He's
he
not as
was
better.
pretty bad last year. They need a like. It was probably a surprise to a lot of Jazz fans whenever Sensabaugh was better than Cody Williams last year.
Oh, I think Cody Williams might have been the worst NBA player last year. Like
Yeah,
I
I
saw somebody
mean,
with that metric.
yeah, it's like, but I mean, that's pretty. I was gonna say so was Darius Garland at one point, but it's more impressive for a guy as big as him to be the worst than it is for a guy who's 6'1", 180 to be the worst.
Yeah.
So that's your final pick.
That's my final pick. I'm very happy with this list.
So of your list, only one guy,
It was my last guy.
and it was your last guy, is on my list, which makes me sad because so many guys that I wanted to say, I wanted to be said, didn't make any
But they
list.
didn't. Well, that's why we got honorable mentions.
Yeah, we'll go through our honorable mentions. But for my last pick, I'm gonna go ahead. Dang, I really wanted Sensabaugh. I think I was about to say Sensabaugh.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go with Khalil Ware.
Wow.
I'm gonna go with Khalil Ware.
Is this based off of one preseason game also?
No, it's
Or
based
two
off of
preseason
last
games?
season, man.
I did not watch a single. I'm a certified Heat hater. I did not watch a
For
single
sure,
Heat
for
game last
sure. He was a big surprise last year, being able to score the ball. I'm pretty sure he scored 30 at least once last year. He only ended up averaging 9 because he didn't play a lot early on. But I believe he's going to start next to Bam this year, permanently.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, at least to start the season. And if he's going to start, he's going to get a lot of minutes, obviously. But he's going to probably get a lot of minutes without Bam on the floor as they stagger their bigs, because
Yeah.
I can't name a third big on that team. So I think Khalil Ware, picture it, let's say, mid-March, I can see it. Bam's out. Tyler Hero is on Aiden Ross, proving that the 50s didn't exist. And
Jesus.
Khalil Ware is on the court shooting 9 for 13 from 3, 8 dunks, 50 points. I can see it.
I think they're the only two like center players on the roster.
Yeah, it's kind of like I can't think of another.
You got like Precious Achua, that's not really
Jovic,
a center, and Nikola Jovic. They
who's
have
a pseudo center.
Vladislav Golden.
Oh shoot, they got Vladislav. He's not going to play a lot.
No, he's
I'm
just
pretty
not
sure he's a
good.
two-way player.
Yeah, he is.
But yeah, I think Khalil Ware's got a good chance to do it, and it does not help that I did watch him score like 30 or something in the preseason game in like 18 minutes.
He looked good.
And I was like, this guy. The big question for him
hitting
coming in from college was if he's going to be able to put the effort in, and seems like he has, and if he hasn't, then he might not need to, because he's really good.
He might not need to.
He might not need to try.
All right.
I just hope he's not a Hassan Whiteside for them, where he gets his second contract and
dips.
Snoozes. Anyways, so our full list here: Desmond Bane, Anthony Simons, Jalen Johnson, Kobe White, Bryce Sensabaugh. It's a good list.
I'm happy.
That's a good
I
list.
didn't have any of my guys stolen.
I had
other than Jared McCain, but
yeah,
it was either Jared McCain or Kobe White, and I'm okay with Kobe White.
And Bryce Sensabaugh I really wanted, but I didn't end up getting. I got Jalen Green, Denny Avdia, Jared McCain, Kyle Filipowski, and Khalil Ware. And if you notice, I kind of got a starting lineup. Low key.
Yeah, me too. Mine are all guard wing.
Yeah, you don't have a big. I really wanted to get a big in there.
Yeah, I don't even have any bigs on my list.
It's just hard to imagine, right?
Yeah.
Like a random big to score that much.
I can really shoot the three.
Yeah, I feel like Khalil Ware and Kyle Filipowski are kind of similar in the way that they score.
Yeah, the same kind of mixture.
Do you have any?
I'll talk about the rest of my list.
Yeah, give me some names.
I had Derek White.
I did not.
I didn't want to pick him, but he's on the list. He is a guy that is going to hit a crazy amount of threes, and he gets to the line sometimes. So, and he could be a guy that benefits from like the new like hand touching rule and everything.
Oh yeah. Good show.
Trey Murphy.
Oh, I should have put Trey Murphy on. I'm mad that I didn't write Trey Murphy down.
He feels like a guy that could be just like the main scorer on that roster.
Yeah, for sure.
And especially on a night where like if Zion's out, which is likely, just Jose Alvarado throwing him lobs for 20 minutes.
I'm fairly sure he averaged like 21 this year.
I think he averaged 23.
He was like, he's just got to stay healthy, man.
Yeah,
He
He needs to
cannot stay
get
healthy.
every surgery you can get right now. And
21.2.
21.2. Okay,
Yeah.
respect.
And his 3-point percentage last year was only 36, which isn't very high, but he's a really strange 3-point shooter because he takes like 29 footers regularly, and
Yeah, he stretches the floor.
he still hits a decent amount.
Yeah.
Any other good names?
I mean, I can read my whole list.
Yeah, you read your list. I'll tell you if I have any.
Yeah. Austin Reeves,
Didn't have him.
another like hand touching foul shot guy that's already on the Lakers. So
LeBron
he could have
is missing time.
Yeah. He could have a 25 free throw game.
If Luka misses any time, I get it.
Yeah. If it happens, it's likely before Braun comes back. Cooper Flag.
I did not have Cooper.
Just because he was number 1 overall pick. Like,
yeah.
I don't really think that he has the scoring volume. I think he's more of a 35 kind of guy. At least at this point in his career, like I feel like he ends the year with like 35 as his highest scoring game of the season.
He's more likely to get a triple double than score 50 for sure.
Yeah, 100. Yeah, for sure. Ben Mathurin.
I have Ben. I wrote down Ben.
Just because of this circumstance, like.
And he just scored like 30 points on 12 shots the other night.
Yeah. Because he has that like just red hot.
Yeah.
The ball's going in.
Scorer's mentality.
Kind of yeah. Kind of like for whatever reason, like when thinking about Ben Mathurin, like I think of Jamal Crawford.
Yeah.
Not at all in play style, but just in that he's putting the ball in.
Jamal Crawford definitely played very different. Mathurin isn't like a dribble guy really as much as he is just a scorer. And I'm
thinking just ball go in.
Like Mathurin gets free throws at an insane rate some games, so I wouldn't be surprised if he gets 15 free throws in a game and scores like 42.
Oh, 100%. Michael Porter Jr. and Cam Thomas were both on there.
I wrote them both down. They're
Brooklyn. Literally nobody else is functionable. Or everybody else is literally fresh out of the womb. They had to cut guys on their roster because they drafted too many guys. Like that's just a recipe for the only 2 competent scorers to score a lot.
I was very surprised when I saw Dariq Whitehead get completely waived from them, honestly.
Yeah, because they have too many guys.
And of course, the Thunder get him for nothing. Basically another Isaiah Joe for them.
But
pretty similar situation.
Purely because they decided they would keep all 5 first-round picks this year.
And you know what? I completely understand why they took 5 guys this year. And it's because they have 0 picks next year. Not 1, from what I saw. Maybe they have one that is conditional that they'll get. But from what I saw, they don't have a single first-round pick next year. So half the guys they drafted this year will probably play a lot this year, and the other half might get some more run next year instead. So I think Traore's like 18 still, or he might be 19 by now, but he's super young. So
that gives them a year of in-house development.
Yeah. So I get why they took that many rookies now. I didn't understand it quite at the time.
My last guy on the list, another Jazz guy, just Ace Bailey. Like he puts that ball in. Like he has actually a really nice shooting stroke, and I was surprised at the rate he was making them in preseason. And I actually do think he'll score 40 plus a couple times this year, but probably not hit 50.
I didn't put Ace Bailey on there, but mostly because they've got a lot of cooks in that kitchen right now. And
yeah, they do.
I wasn't sure if he would be able to get quite to that 50 mark. I do have a different rookie that isn't Ace Bailey or Cooper, but it's a similar situation to Ace. So you mentioned Cam Thomas and MPJ, which I both had. Literally just scores. I was actually very surprised when I looked and Cam Thomas didn't have a 50-point game. I think it was
Yeah,
like
I had to check
48
too.
or 45.
Yeah.
Very
And
surprised.
he had 40 plus a few times.
Yeah. Like, I remember year 2, he had like a 40-point game. I was very surprised whenever he had not scored 50 yet. I wrote down Peyton Pritchard. Neither of us drafted him.
Yeah, and he's the reason this
He's the reason this
exists.
happened.
This is the Peyton Pritchard draft.
He's the reason this segment happened. This was the Peyton Pritchard draft. I already said Filipowski and Khalil Ware. Oh, I had Cole Anthony written down.
Oh, I that's a shout.
Thoughts?
If Giannis misses a game, somebody has to score. So
Yep.
why not Cole Anthony?
It's like
That's literally the only logic.
I thought maybe Kevin Porter Jr., but then I was like, I'm not gonna write down Kevin Porter Jr.
He has a 50-point game.
Oh shoot, you're right. I'm glad I didn't write him down.
Yeah.
So I went with the other guard who I think might start a few games. I don't know, because Ryan Rollins apparently is pretty good and
He is pretty good.
might start for them.
He started a lot last year.
Yeah. So I don't know if Cole Anthony will get any starting time. But Cole Anthony 3 years ago was almost 6th man of the year, and last year he averaged like 9 and didn't play a whole lot. So there's a world where he's like, I gotta prove it, and this is the team to prove it on.
Yeah, it's his best shot. Like I could see him averaging 18 this year.
I mean, someone's got to shoot, right?
Somebody's got to score. Like, it just is what it is.
There's like 5 guys on that team that I think could surprise average 18, and Kyle Kuzma isn't one of them.
I was just gonna say, and none of them are named Kyle Kuzma.
None of them are named Kyle Kuzma. I had one more guy. I had one more guy written down. He is a rookie. Can you any guess? Any guesses?
A rookie?
I have a rookie here that isn't Cooper or Ace.
Dude, I don't even know. Dylan Harper.
It's not Dylan Harper. He plays for the Washington Wizards.
What? Who did the Wizards draft? Just tell me so I'm not embarrassed.
His name is strangely Richard, but he goes by Trey Johnson.
Oh,
Trey Johnson.
I would not have guessed this.
Certified shootist. He shoot the ball. He shoot the ball a lot. I think he had like
I guess
a high 20 game in preseason.
If you go back to the somebody's got to score mentality.
And that's why
somebody's got to score.
I think he might legitimately have a better chance than, let's say, Ace Bailey, because, and to a different extent, Bryce Sensabaugh, because come March, say, when CJ McCollum and Chris Middleton might not be playing as much or might not even be on the team, and Trey Johnson is going to be starting probably a couple weeks into the season, if not a couple months. They're going to need someone to shoot because all their shooters are going to be not there anymore. And they're going to be starting, I guess, Sar, Koulibaly, and who else? Trey Johnson. So
yeah, just the 3 of them.
Like, on a very different note, I didn't write them down, but similar to, say, there's nobody else on the list that he's even that similar to, but Cam Whitmore, I thought.
Yeah.
Just because he's going to shoot a lot, because that's what he does. And he's big and athletic. And he's also on the Wizards, but I didn't write him down. Now we're going to go into our predictions on who will score 50 points first this NBA season. And I think it's only right.
3?
Yeah, we're gonna do our top 3. And I think it's only right. We're gonna go back and forth. I'll go first this time. I'm gonna go with a little guy by the name of Anthony Edwards.
Ooh, good pick.
Anthony Edwards, I think, is going to be the first guy to score 50 points this season. He's got, obviously, a lot of games under his belt last year with going deep in the playoffs, but he's going to come into this season the same way he comes into every season, with something new. Supposedly a post game. Supposedly he'll shoot 40% from three.
He was pretty close to 40% last year.
He was pretty close, and
he just took a ton of them.
he did take a lot. I think he led the league in threes.
Yeah, he took, was like 10 a game or something like that.
He was definitely up there. I think, it's an obvious pick. I didn't want to go with something as simple as like a Shea, because I don't think he scores 50 as often as a guy like Ant does.
Yeah, I respect the pick. There's without a doubt in my mind, he will score 50 next year.
He seems good for it.
Like,
he's always got something to prove.
Last year, Buddy averaged 10.3 threes a game.
He shot 39%. That's crazy.
39.5 in the regular season.
Oh yes, and in the playoffs it went down a little bit.
Yeah, you got a loss there. That is a staggering number. He was in the league for MVP voting. I see there. He's probably top 5 next year.
And he also plays a ton. He plays a ton, and he just doesn't get hurt. So he'll have lots of opportunities to do it.
36 minutes. And played less than 72 games.
All right, your pick.
That may have been all of the games they played in the first year. My first pick, Luka
Doncic.
Because he's coming into the league in shape. He doesn't have to share the ball with Braun to begin the year.
True.
And he got something to prove after his summer of weight loss and rejuvenation. And I watched him play like 35 seconds of a preseason game the other night, and he cooked 3 people in a row and scored like 9 points in 2 minutes. So he is going to score a ton, and I think he'll score 50 before anybody else does.
I had him on my list, but I had him a little bit lower than some other guys, just because I know he does score 50, but he also passes way more than other guys. So I wasn't too worried about whether or not he would play with LeBron early in the season, but I think it's pretty clear that he's going to have the ball 100% of the time early on.
Yeah.
Also, this number is crazy. 13 potential assists per game that don't go in.
Yeah, because guys be bricking shots.
Well, I guess it would be 6.5 that don't go in, I would assume. Potential assists and real assists. 13 seems crazy. I guess you get another pick here.
Oh, are we snaking?
Yeah, might as well.
I wasn't ready.
Oh, took you by surprise.
Actually, I am ready. No, I am ready. Luka's old teammate, Jalen Brunson.
Okay, I almost wrote down Jalen Brunson. But
mostly
I didn't.
Because this man has Mike Brown that is not going to call plays, and it's just going to be the Jalen Brunson does whatever he thinks. I think early in the season they're going to be relying a lot on him until they really get things figured out, and I think he's going to shoot the ball a lot.
See, I didn't put Jalen Brunson there because of the Mike Brown thing. Because if you're going to talk about someone that's not going to call plays, that's Thibodeau. He might call plays, but his offense is pretty bare bones. So he's going through Jalen Brunson a lot. I wouldn't be surprised if Jalen Brunson averages less points this year than last year. I also wouldn't be surprised if he scored 50. But I didn't put him on here because early in the season, I think they're going to run a lot more motion style offense. I mean, we already saw Cat not really get going in preseason from 3-point line. So I don't know what their offense is going to look like, but I don't think it's going to involve Jalen Brunson just big head first to the rim like it was last year as often.
I respect it.
But he was considered by me. I'm very surprised this guy didn't get drafted. So far, I'm gonna go with one Giannis Antetokounmpo.
All right, he was the next pick.
he was the third guy I wrote down. He was the second guy I wanted. I had him above Luka just because look at his team, and he already averaged 30. And
yeah, he's
got the mid range. He's got no teammates. He's got a similar big man that stretches the floor, but a big man that likes to be down low even less than Brook Lopez. So even more space driving to the rim, because you're never going to have Miles Turner fronting and trying to get the post up.
Yeah. I actually think that Giannis plays a decent bit of 5 this year, just because
Who's the backup big?
I don't know what Bobby Portis gives you.
Bobby Portis, yeah.
Yeah, like I think at this point Bobby Portis's time is probably done in Milwaukee if things make sense this deadline. So I think he plays the 5 a lot, and I think he scores a boatload.
Yeah, I obviously gets a lot of free throws. He averaged 10 free throw attempts. That's 1/5 of a 50-point game every game that he's given on the line, which
as long
is
as he makes
insane. He's just got to make them, which we've seen in Phoenix in the playoffs. He can. Against Phoenix in the playoffs, that he definitely can make free throws when he really needs to. As long as, you know what's crazy? He's got more free throw attempts per game than he's allowed seconds to shoot a free throw. That's crazy.
Also, career low last year from the free throw line, by the way.
Per makes or attempts? Like percentage? Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, he literally had an almost identical 2-point percentage as he did free throw percentage, which is pretty crazy.
Yep, you're right.
It's pretty crazy.
That's kind of crazy.
He's better off not going to the line. He's better off just taking twos from anywhere else.
You're right. So you get another pick here. If you take my guy,
you're not gonna think of this guy. I don't think it's possible you would take this guy for many reasons.
All right,
but I'm taking one. Devin Armani Booker.
You made reference to this earlier.
Devin Armani Booker.
I respect it because I know that he can, and he has. And Phoenix has, in my opinion, nothing going other than developing Malawach.
Jalen Green.
Honestly, I think that's a hindrance.
That's what I was gonna say.
And I think the fact that Jalen Green probably has to start, and you play Book at the 1, I think that's a little less odds that Book scores 50.
Yeah, but at the same time,
I still think he's going to score 50.
He scored 70 in year 2
with Brandon Knight on the roster.
With Brandon Knight, and who else on this team? Like Jalen Green. I honestly don't know if Malawach is going to get a lot of minutes with Nick Richards and big fella. What's his name? Mark Williams.
Williams.
I don't think Malawach is going to get a whole lot of time to develop this year. But who's taking the ball out of Booker's hands? Is it going to be Colin Gillespie? Because he's their backup point guard right now. And
Devin Booker held the ball above his head. Colin Gillespie could not steal it from him.
Oh, that's a bit rude, don't you think? Colin Gillespie's not that unathletic.
All right.
You got short arms too. He's getting the ball from you.
Yeah. That's why I stopped saying it.
Anyways, your last pick.
Yeah, walk it back. My last pick.
Jason Tatum.
No.
He comes back from Achilles in February and scores 50.
This man is otherworldly. I watched, and it means nothing because it's practice footage, but I watched a compilation of him in practice the other day, and
I already got the name.
He is not like anything we have seen.
I got him pulled up.
Who dribble bump fade like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander at 7'5" plus. The man is going to score 50 without jumping. Victor Wembanyama.
Look, man.
He might score 60. He might score 70.
Victor Wembanyama. That guy cannot keep the ball away from the other team in preseason. He's got all this extra strength and he doesn't know what to do with it yet.
He is going to score 50. He's going to have 8 turnovers that game.
He just might.
He's going to score 50.
He just might. I mean, he's 7'5" and shot 35% from 3.
He's going to shoot the ball from 38 feet.
Multiple times a game.
8 times in
38?
one game.
38.
Yes.
You're crazy.
Pulling from a dude. He's so big.
He's big, but that doesn't mean that he can just dunk the ball from 38 feet.
I'm not saying he's dunking from back there. I'm saying his normal jumper with his structure and his stature is like expands the range. Like he looks foreign out there because he's so big.
He is French. It's true.
And then he's running around, man, and he looks like a human now and not like all gangly and everything.
He doesn't look as sticky.
Yeah, like he doesn't look as praying mantis.
Yeah.
He's going to score 50 at some point this year, and he might just do it first.
And he does have that signature dunk where he dunks the ball 2 hands and then rubs his crotch on your shoulder after the dunk and then wraps his legs around you.
Shaq style.
Shaq style, perhaps. Anyways, we should end it here. We named a lot of scorers, a lot of guys that we believe will score 50.
A lot of dudes.
Or guys that could score 50 if the situation broke right for them. We brought up the depths of the Wizards and the Jazz, all the way up to the Celtics, and even guys on semi-competent teams like a Denny or a Jalen Green. Pretty scarce list of guys that would be on good teams, though, that could score 50.
Yeah, because good guys that can score 50 on a good team probably either have or have been an all-star.
Yeah. Unlike Jamal Murray. Anyways,
Jamal Murray.
That's where we're going to end it. Thank you for joining me on this draft. That's going to do it for us here today. Thank you for watching. Peace.